in the mail.
K6USY Delta Mike 06.
KJ6TYO. At home.
Well, you made it. Yeah, and I'm assuming you got to go to work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I always got to work, but yeah, I got to run the net, 10-meter net, so.
Oh, okay. That means I'll be able to hear net control. But yeah, no, tomorrow's a holiday, so I'm taking kid number 2 to the mountains tomorrow.
To be playing, you playing POTA?
No, I'm taking her up to, we're going to go do the cave tour and take her up to the fire lookout above Hume Lake, and, you know, we're just going to go play around in the mountains.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought, oh my gosh, you can do a POTA now?
Yeah, not with the 5-year-old.
Oh, that's right. 5 is in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, you got to keep them occupied at that age.
Hi, guys. K6MI.
Hi, John. You survived?
Yeah. We actually left Sunday. I didn't pick it out. It's so slow on analog. Everything was happening on FB8. And we'd been there, done all kinds of things. We finally tired. And got back, recovering. Don't realize how tired you get. So, field day next.
Roger. Yeah, between the 6-meter opening Sunday morning and contacting a few locals when I got home, my second log was like 1,500 points, and I didn't even try that hard.
I set a San Joaquin Valley record that did not break the Pacific Division record, which was twice as high as what I did.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah, I saw your possible score, and I was like, oh man, yeah, going out to the desert really helped you.
I sure did. It's one of the real highlights, and in that area, it's one of the only real ways to do anything.
Yeah, just imagine if you had a couple other rovers making the rounds, you could just make a run for it.
That's how they do it.
Yeah, you're getting I think you're on your other radio there. You're getting a little bit of like RF tearing when you first key up, and then it disappears.
Okay. I turned the mic ring down just a tad.
Yeah, we'll see if that helps. You're also like 40 over, so that doesn't help either. Go ahead, Ron.
Oh, I'm reading something. Anyway, hello, John, and glad you made it back, and glad we made some contacts. All right, I'll be standing by here for net here in about 3 minutes, I guess. KJ6TYO.
K6MI, 711.
And off to go flip the HF switch over to the vertical for the 10-meter net. K6USY. SRR, K6USY.
Let's see here. Is this thing going to work? I can't even see the watt meter.
Whistle sounds good. WB6JNP.
Okay, yeah, it's working. I can see the meter now. Good evening, Dane. And I got Aaron in here also. 1170, 1079, 1100, right, Aaron?
Roger.
1009, KJ6TYO.
711, K6MI.
WA6AJ727.
Hi, Mike.
KC5 BTU 712. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Gary. Hey, Mike. How are you? Doing good. Keeping cool. Boy, it was a warm one today. Yep, it's getting up there.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to the mountains tomorrow.
Get the heck out of Dodge, huh? And then Friday it's supposed to get cool, and Saturday it's going to be lucky if we break into 80.
Yeah, tomorrow's a holiday, so I'm taking kid number 2 up to Kings Canyon, and we're gonna hopefully have some better weather up there.
Now, what holiday is it?
Juneteenth, which we now get as a paid holiday. Thank you for paying your taxes.
Tell me the name of it again.
Juneteenth.
That's a Joe Biden holiday.
Yep.
I still didn't get the word.
Yeah, it's Juneteenth. It's a funky one. It's the the Slave Emancipation Day or something like that. I gotta have to go look it up.
I can't get the word. Did you say dues or something? D-U-E? D-U-E?
Juneteenth. Juneteenth.
Okay. Is it P-E-A-K, like the peak of a mountain?
June is in the month of June, the 6th month of the year, Juneteenth.
Oh, P-I-N-K? Pink?
June, Michael, June. The month June.
Well, I got June. What's the second word?
Juneteenth.
Yeah, pink. P-I-N-K.
Tango, Echo, Nancy, Tango, Hotel. Tango, Echo, November, Tango, Hotel.
I didn't get any of that. Everybody talking at once. Is that a date? June something, a date?
Okay, I'll try it. It's Juneteenth. Tango, Echo, November, Tango, Hotel, Teenth, Juneteenth.
June 10th. 10th.
Well, they're pronouncing it Juneteenth. Juneteenth.
There's 2 echoes. It's Tango, Echo, Echo, November, Tango Hotel.
And what does it mean?
It celebrates the ending of slavery in the United States.
Okay. I know that one, but I didn't know what the name of it was. Okay. I thought we had another holiday for that. Okay. Weird. Anyway, good evening all. I guess I got everybody written down here. Backwards from the bottom, I have 982, 712, 727, 1009, blah, 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 blah. 1079, of course, and 1100. And who else am I missing?
Kilo Golf 6, Queen Nancy Yankee, 1091.
Oh, 1091. You weren't in there before, but good evening, Marcus.
Good evening, Mike. And Juneteenth is representing the end of slavery, but they did not know where in the teens it was, the date. So they abbreviated it as Juneteenth.
Well, it makes perfect sense. It's obviously a Democratic holiday. They don't make sense from the get-go.
Well, actually, Juneteenth was celebrated because the slaves in Texas, in the state of Texas, did not understand or did not find out that they had been freed from slavery until 6 months after slavery was ended.
Well, they should have used the internet.
Yeah.
By the way, Kerry, you might want to give me a jingle. The reference word in my mind is goldenrod or something like that.
Say again?
I thought you called them goldenrods.
Rods of God.
Say it again.
Rods of God.
Yeah, where are they?
I'll give you a jingle.
Yeah, you'll have to, because I don't know why they're talking about Moabs. Seems like the other solution's much more positive and less easy to define who flew it and who dropped it.
Roger, Roger. We'll twist it fair.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you afterwards. We're a busy evening here in the house. The Italians are staying for dinner, which is nice. Unfortunately, dinner, because of all the falderah with getting ready and everything, ran a little late, so they haven't even, I think they're cooking the shish kebabs as I speak, so I was not able to eat with them. But one of the Italians came up to me and said, I got to tell you that my stepfather, or my father-in-law, I guess it's father-in-law, said to be sure to say hello to Mike. He's my hero. I thought that was really strange, but whatever. That was nice to be known over there. Over.
Roger, Roger. It's good to see that we're not the only ones that get to celebrate you.
There you go. Anyway, I gave him a couple of QSL cards with a 6-meter and a 2-meter array in the background there. That should make them happy and keep them in the memories. Anyway, that was interesting. I hadn't had much chance to talk with the guys. They don't speak perfect English, and they're very embarrassed about their English. I was able to understand them because I've talked to enough foreigners and Italians and all, so I had no problem with what he was saying. He looked like he was having more trouble speak with me. I probably was talking a little too quickly for him. Anyway, that's what's going on in the background here. Judy's in making nice for a few minutes till everybody sits down, and then she'll come out, I think. It's her option. It's a big, busy night in the house tonight. Okay, let's see. I'm beamed south, and I don't know whether N6SWR is there. And is Bill here tonight, Mike? AA6S, is he around?
Well, he said he was going to show up, but I can get him on the phone.
Yeah, okay. And somebody else said something. Who was that?
Yeah, 107. I didn't hear you when you gave the list.
107. I didn't get you. I didn't get you written down, Dane. You're first on the list almost, but I didn't get it written down. And I can't read the list. I was going by memory. Anyway, good evening.
Good evening, and have fun with your Italian guest. I did 3 deployments to Italy, and we had a ball. It was wonderful flying with those people, and just enjoyed the heck out of it. K6NYC, WB6JNP course call.
Roger, you're fine on that. Thank you for that bit of information, Dane. There was somebody talking underneath you. It may be the Los Angeles fellows. Let's see. LA, are you trying to get up here to Northern California? This is K6MYC Bozo 47. Go ahead.
K6MY 47. How about it? KG6USS 831.
Got your 831, and you got some other stations here that should be able to get down to you. Mike, you want to turn down and say hello to John down there in High Desert, over.
Okay.
AA6S.
Yeah, this is Bozo 831 up here in the High Desert.
KG6 ZKE 704.
Got you, Terry, 704, thank you.
Able 6 Sugar.
I got you, Bill, I heard you. Say hello to John down there in Southern California.
Well, I'm talking on the phone, and so I can't right now.
Okay, well, let Mike do it then. Mike can check you in down there.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mikey.
Go ahead, Mike.
KG6 USS WA6AAJ, over.
Yeah, go ahead. What was that call again?
Whiskey Alpha 6, Alpha Juliet, over.
Roger. What's your Bozo number?
Roger, a little weak tonight, but I got you.
He needs your Bozo number, and also we'll pass on Alpha 6 Sugar. He wanted to check in with you, John, but he's on the phone. AA6S 800 is also here. Mike, WA6AAJ, give John your Bozo number a couple of times.
Roger, KG6 USS WA6AAJ Delta Mike, 727, over.
Roger on the 727. Got you on the list. And I did hear you say that 800 checked in there, right, Mike?
Yeah, 800 is here. He's just on the phone. He just got a phone call just as he was going to call you, over.
Yeah, I had a smoke detector go off here about 15 minutes ago. I had to hurry up and jump in the house and get that taken care of.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, I think that's all of the big guns here. Is there anybody else that wants to check in with John down there in Delta Mike 14 High Desert? Pretty quiet at the moment, John, but nice to hear you. Hopefully you're doing well down there. Thanks for standing by for us. Bozo 47 here, of course. And I don't know where Rob is tonight. Rob should be here. 432 should be here any minute. He would be happy to check in with you. I can check in. He'll be here. He's probably just tied up with getting dinner on the table for the wife or something. So if you want to check in 432, you could, John, over.
We will do that. We'll give him a courtesy check-in, no doubt about it. All right, Mike, I'll let you get back to your side, and I'm going to go back to mine. You all have a good evening up there in the San Joaquin Valley. KG6 USS, Bozo 831.
Yeah, you too, John. Say hi to everybody down that way. And I'm going to stand by for my Bakersfield station, who hasn't checked in with much of a signal lately. But let's see if Ben is there. N6SWR, Ben. N6SWR, Bakersfield, K6MYC. Are you here tonight, Ben? KB6RQU and Lake Isabella, are you with us tonight, Rick? Rick may check in later. Sometimes he has trouble with cross-mod from you guys in L.A. All right. That all said, let's see if there's anybody else up here that wants to check in, and then we'll go over toward Atascadero in a second. This is K6MYC 2-meter Bozo Net.
KE6VON 1040.
Hey, there he is, 1040. Good evening, Adam. Let me get you in, and then I have a question for you. Hang on just a second.
Hey, real quick question, too. Was there a net on Sunday? Because I was calling and nobody was here.
That's because there was nobody here. Now, on the contest weekends, I do not call the 2-meter net. It's usually Sunday night, and the contest runs up until 8 o'clock. So it's still going when we start to call a net, and it's even going longer for the guys in Southern California. So we just canceled the net on Sunday night, and I was going to be here. I had told everybody I would be on last hour of the contest, bouncing back and forth between this frequency and 144-200 to try and catch anybody like yourself who missed the information about no net. But I didn't get on because just about that time, Father's Day celebration let go here, and I was the father of a couple of my sons, and they requested my presence for a very, very nice dinner with my grandkids and everything. So it was Father's Day, and I did not get on at all on Sunday night. Over.
I copy that. I kind of figured maybe it was due to Father's Day, but I was just curious. I was up here finishing up a few things and jumped on, and yeah, wasn't sure if my radio was working or not.
Anyway, let's see. I don't know what my specific question was. We're so busy right now with out-of-town customers, I can't get anybody to drop anything off with you. I'm thinking seriously, though, about taking that Craftsman and getting you to put a new transmission in it, or a used one, what would you call a reconditioned transmission, or one that's pulled out of an older, somebody else's older machine that hasn't been beat up as hard as mine. I'm pretty sure even if the machine is 10 or 12 years old, it still should have good transmission in it. But I have to bring the machine over to you so you can duplicate the what you're looking for. Over.
Yeah, affirmative. Yeah, we'll have to do that one of these days. And like I said, I got a couple of parts machines sitting out back that if they have the right transmission, I can always cannibalize one of those.
Yeah, okay. Somebody broke in underneath you. Who was that? K6MYC Bozo Net, Northern California. Go ahead.
Man, that can happen. Second signal, and then they told me.
I think that was a scanner in the background.
Scanner or a scammer? It was somebody from LA, but they were very loud.
I was going to say scanner. My scanner's going in the background. And yeah, speaking of scammers, man, my phone number's been getting spoofed. I've been getting non-stop phone calls. People going, hey, I had a missed call from you. It's like, nope, not me.
Yeah, I'll be darned. I'm getting a lot of Bozo and robocalls from people that want to know if I want to borrow money for my business, and we don't need that right now, or hardly ever for that matter. Anyway, beside that, the Republican Party and 60 other people calling. So it's pretty busy phone time right now. Sorry about the scammer, though. That's a bummer to get calls like that. Butt dials, or what appear to be butt dials. Anyway.
26 is here, and so is GGY.
What was the call?
226 is here, and so is GGY.
Okay, 226, and we got you, Ken. But I didn't get the phonetics of the other call. Is that your wife, or no? That's not. That must be your grandson there. Over.
No, 884. You got it, Phil. Good night to you. WB6GGY, WE60IB with the rest of the gang.
And WB6GGY 884. But who was that? The one you were giving me, Ken?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening. Must have a lot of stuff going in the background. One word responses that barely gets the mic opened up and things working here, and then you're gone. So it's hard for me to copy the first word. Did you get contacted by Robert today about the computer?
Oh, you're talking. I don't know. You didn't have any idea who you were talking to. I guess you're talking to me. Yeah, Robert called me up at. I was up at Meadow Lakes.
Yeah, well, he didn't need you to work on it immediately. It's a little computer, about 5 or 6 years old, but apparently the on-off switch is flaky, and I asked if we could just wire around it because I leave the computer on all the time anyway. Over.
Yeah, right. Well, I was going to go in the morning, but I just got a call a little while ago. I've got to go up to Meadow Lakes. Channel 13 has got a problem, and they're down to 100 watts, so I've got to go up there and do some work.
Yeah, well, no hurry on my thing. The computer hasn't worked for a few days. It's only necessary when Frank is here because I can't use it. It isn't needed for anything else that I do other than just using it as a computer and logging onto the internet and downloading, signature solar type information and so on. It is handy to have, but it isn't part of the system as such unless I was doing EME or FT8 or something over.
Right, okay. Well, I'll take care of it. I just can't do anything till tomorrow afternoon probably. So we'll definitely take care of it. So as long as you're not in a real big hurry, we got it.
All right. Now, it's not a big problem either. We can also just buy another one. He got that one in a refurbished format, and probably could find another one for $200 or $300. And so that's the alternative if you didn't want to do it or couldn't do it. So I'll leave it float for a few days, and you and Robert can work out the details.
Well, I'll sure do that. Yeah, no problem. We'll get her done. It sounds like a simple fix. We'll see. WA60IB 226. I'm heading over to 10 meters here shortly.
Yeah, okay, very good. We're about to go to a Atascadero here. Let's go there quickly, and you can say to Ron, hello to Ron if he's there. You should be close to Atascadero. W6QUI, QIW. Oh, what the hell's Ron's call? I got two calls that are almost the same, and I get them tangled up. W6QUI, is that your call? Right, Ron. K6MYC, are you there tonight? Or is it QI? No, it's not QIW. It's got to be QUI. But he doesn't appear to be there either. How about KM6EIV? How about you, Eric? They were on for the contest. At least Eric was on, I think, using Ron's station, but nothing tonight. Okay, I guess you can go to 10 meters. I guess it must be pretty close to the right time to go. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Try to come back if you can, Ken. For a few minutes at the end there. WA60IB in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC in the game, WA60IB. Okay, I'm heading over towards Monterey. If he's going to be there, I'll say hi.
Okay, I don't know where Rob is tonight. Does anybody know where Rob is?
He was out running around when I was on the way home a little while ago, so he might not be quite home yet.
Oh, he was on his way home. Okay, very good. Very good.
Kind of looking for Tom, KW6S. Are you out there, Tom? WA60IB.
WA60IB, KW6S. Good evening there, Ken.
Yeah, good evening. I wanted to say hi before I had to jump off onto the 10-meter net, so you sound great tonight. Good to hear you.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I kind of got reminiscing the other night after we talked about the old Motorola's and Cook's communication and Don Cook there and all that, and I got to thinking about a lot of the people I knew that worked there back in the mid-'70s. Anyway, I'll let you get on to your 10-meter net. I try listening for it over here, but I've never been able to hear it, so I'll just assume you got there. WA60IB, KW6S.
Okay, well, very good. Yeah, if you can't hear me, I'm running a kilowatt with a A99. It's vertically polarized, of course. It's a local group. My A99's up at 100 feet, so if you can't hear that, you won't hear anybody else probably.
I'll give a listen for it here. Let's see, the beam heading's in the right direction. Thanks. WA60IB, KW6S.
Okay, very good. See you guys later. I'll be back. Thanks, Mike. WA60IB.
K6S, AA6S on the side here.
AA6S, AA6S, KW6S.
You are loud. I thought I'd try to break in here. I just got off the phone. KW6S, AA6S. Good evening there, Tom. Over.
Good evening, Bill. I hope things are going well there in Visalia. It's beautiful here at the beach.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm trying to resurrect a KWS-1 Collins transmitter. Hopefully I can get it to work. Right now I'm trying to find one of those 4-to-1 or whatever it is dials for it to match the one on the A4, but hopeful Mike, my buddy AAJ, can find one for me. Anyway, KW6S, AA6S, over.
AA6S, KW6S. Yeah, I know when we were down there in Visalia, I didn't get a chance to explore the Collins stuff. That was what all of us always dreamed about, and now you can have. Yeah, I think there was a dealer that sold Drake there in Fresno back in the early 70s. Oh, yeah, Diamond TV.
That's right. You won't believe it. He used to be our Zenith salesman. When I say Lord, when I was a kid, my brother was the one that they were that's before they bought a place. He worked at a shop, and Al Rook used to deliver. They were a Zenith dealer, and he used to bring stuff to them. And he's the one that helped teach me the code. He got me started on the code, so that's my mentor on the code, W6JUK.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, my 7-year-old granddaughter just said today that she wants to learn the code.
That is awesome. We got 2 of them that are hands. Well, the wife has 2, but I have 2 sons, and the daughter's got a no code. The 2 boys have extras, and she's got a no code. The wife's got a general. I let the daughter take that out as part of the test. She doesn't need any code or anything, just pass the thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Let's see, we're probably keeping Mike off the net here, but yeah, good talking to you, and we'll have to get off and do a rag chew here some night. Yeah, right now I'm going to turn my other radio and see if I can get hear Ken and the 10-meter net over there in Fresno. So I'll do that, and we should probably turn this back to Mike. AA6S, KW6S.
Roger. 73 is all good here, and KW6S, AA6S. Have a good one.
KM6SR.
There he is. Hi.
Hi, Mike. I was eating dinner before the net and saw a steer over here and went out chasing up and down the fence line, and he's just not going back where he came from. So I called the owner and back in here now.
A cow?
Yep, nice big black bovine. He's looking like some choice New York steaks.
Or filet mignon and New York steak, huh?
Yep, the whole enchilada.
Oh boy. Okay, well we you missed the guys in LA, but we got you a courtesy check-in. Over.
Okay, thank you.
You betcha. Now I'm still pointed toward Tom there. Hi, Tom. KW6 Sugar in the group K6MYC. How are you doing?
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, boy, we're starting to get sidetracked there, and I was worried about ruining the net here.
Well, you can't ruin it any more than what I do to it.
Yeah, I talk to Ken and Bill, and I get to reminiscing about Fresno when I first got my ham license and before, and a lot of the people I sort of remember just barely, and then something, and it gets real clear.
Yeah, Diamond TV and all those guys.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got there. I used to see it in some of the magazines, but I don't think I ever went there but I really don't know why, because I know he was still in business when I was hanging out.
Yeah, and then there was another place that sold CB stuff, but they were up on, I think it was on Herndon or Shaw. No, Herndon, I think, way out on Herndon or Shaw. Anyway, I can't remember the name of it, but it was, they also sold quite a bit of ham stuff. I can't remember the name of that place either. I didn't live here that long. I do remember those guys. Anyway, good evening to you. Rob's here. So, Rob, if you're copying Tom, say hello. And Mike is here, AA6 Sugar. Of course, you just talked to Bill, AA6S. KM6SRR. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Yep, I'm hearing Tom good there. How you doing, Tom? KW6S, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Boy, really light tonight. I'm just barely hearing you, but good to hear you at all.
Yeah, you took a fade on me. I can barely hear you now. Hey, Mike, was that the red monkey you were talking about?
Yeah, red monkey, that was it.
And then there was Webster Radio there on Ashland and Cedar and Ashland, I think.
Oh, yeah, and there was, was that the one that was, no, it was one that was way downtown, almost to 99, too, that we used to go to. Was it Arbuckle or somebody? Was it Arbuckle?
Oh, yeah, Arbuckle, yeah, they were, yeah, I used to go in there pretty regular for parts, and, boy, where were they? But, yeah, I don't remember them selling any ham gear when I was going in there, but I think they had before that.
Well, I don't know if it was ham gear, but they had electronic equipment, so you'd buy things there. I was in there quite a bit for the company. Anyway, let's see. I suspect that Lee might be here. Lee has been really blasting in here in the contest. He was very loud. Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. Lee, are you here? Okay, 6MYC.
AS6U, I am here tonight, and I am on my new to me FT857 Delta.
You had it on the other night. You told me you did anyway, and it sounds very good for an 857. Most of them don't sound as good as that one.
Well, that's probably because I didn't mess with any of the settings that the owner that I bought it from had it set to. So I think I'm just going to keep my hands off of everything and hope that it stays sounding as good as it sounds right now.
Yeah, no, I think it sounds really good. It's got lots of punch and good clarity, good frequency range response, and so on. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, it sounds not quite as sharp. It's nice and clear, but not quite as sharp as at least one of the other radios. I don't know what I'm always hearing.
Yeah, I am normally on the 847, but I'm also using a headset with that. And right now I'm just using the handheld microphone that came with the radio. I just wanted to try it out stock and see how everything worked.
Yeah, that sounds good here.
He's currently in Washington.
Who's underneath there? Go ahead and give us your Bozo number. K6MYC. Listening, over. Somebody's talking underneath you guys. Anyway, got it. All right. Good, Lee. Good signal. How about you, Tom? Rob, are you copying Lee tonight?
No, I just cannot get him no matter what. I hear a little bit of noise in there, though, but I can't even tell if it's him.
Yeah, well, you worked him on 6, so we know we got a path, and you're very close. I think if he raises the antenna another 5 feet like he's planning, I think in the near future it'll help, and that might just get you through the hills there. All right, good to hear you. Anybody else for Lee or Tom? K6MYC Bozo Net. Hearing nobody. But no, you're sounding good, Lee, and we'll shoot it back to you, and you can shoot it back to Tom for a finals, and then we'll go up into the Bay Area and get those guys. AF6 United 1098 with KW6S 610 K6MYC.
Roger, Roger. Well, I can hear Rob just above the noise level there. I can hear him well enough to understand what he's saying. So KM6SRR, we'll get it together here sometime. But yeah, apparently not tonight. Anyway, good to hear you, Tom, and hope Barbara's doing okay. And I will turn it over to you. So KW6S from AF6 United. Over to you, Tom.
Yeah, Rob is running about 1,500 watts, so that's why you're hearing him a little bit. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, it does make a difference. Yeah, everything is a beautiful day here, and I'm shuffling hard drives on computers and trying to fix some that don't work and throw some away that don't work. So anyway, I'll turn it back to you, Mike, and I should be back on tomorrow night on 432. And Lee, if you want to drop down 10 after we clear here, it's K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay.
Okay, go down 10, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 432. 73, Lee, 73, Tom, K6MYC. Now moving a little bit up into the Bay Area. Bay Area, Bozo Net, K6MYC, standing by.
Hello, Mike. I'll jump in real quick. Kilo 6 Quebec, Foxtrot Oscar, 613.
Sounds like you got a cold, Mike. K6QFO 613. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Mike. Probably sneezing my head off here just before the net, so before we got on. Hey, we're doing fine. All quiet in the Western Front, and keeping very busy last weekend with the VHF UHF foam contest. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, good. I don't know how we missed you, but I was on. I didn't spend a lot of hours on 2 meters, but I was on Saturday night, as I always do, on 2 meters, 220, 432, and 1296 on Saturday night. And I was on a little bit off and on through the rest of the weekend, but not a whole bunch of other activities. I did work some 6 meters. I worked about 15 or 20 on 6. That was good. Good to hear you, Mike. And are you kind of home in the Santa Clara Valley for a while?
Yeah, ours is our main home QTH, and between all the craziness, we get up to the ranch as often as we can. So I don't miss the ranch because the last 4 or 5 days I've just been weed whacking about 2 acres of weeds and trying to make things fire safe up there. And I only fell 4 times, so I am improving.
Hey, you're getting good. I didn't fall at all because I have a lady now that does my weed whacking. Her name is Amanda. She's an animal. She's weed whacked, better part of my 5 acres here near in and around the house. And on the road, she's done, I would say, she's probably done a mile or 2 of weed eating if you stretched it all out in a run, in a row. So she's doing pretty good. She had a little mishap on the day before yesterday, and when she was here at Weed Eater, she has a still, and it's been working beautifully, and all of a sudden she said she just didn't have any throttle. It wouldn't come up to speed, and so it may be that something really just slipped. I got thinking about it afterwards, and she either has a dirty air filter or the cable slipped, and her finger movement wasn't actually moving the throttle. That's usually what goes wrong with something stupid simple. It's usually not an engine problem. Anyway, so I haven't been doing any weed eating at all this year. I can't see good enough to do it half decent a job. So I took a break, and we found Amanda, and we found a jewel over.
Very good, Mike. Very good. It's hard work, but it's got to be fire safe. We've had one gentleman come out, spent a couple of days just weed whacking behind the house, and around the stable, the garage, the house, and in between both the garage and the house. So. One time, one year we paid $1,200. Last year we paid $800. It's just really expensive, but, you know, it's hard work. My brother has one of those gas-powered units, and, man, if you got a lot of heavy green weeds thick, that will munch that right down quick. But have you ever picked up one of those gas-powered units, the commercial ones that you see people going around with? God, what is that, 30 pounds? It's a lot of weight.
Yeah, well, that's what she has. Hers is a gas-powered still, and it's steel. I picked it up the other day, and I was surprised how heavy it was. I have a Shindawa, which is a little bigger, but weighs about the same thing. It's quite heavy. Well, it's light by other standards. I have a Craftsman also, which is heavier. So they're all work, each one of them. If they are gas-powered, they're machines that have to do hard work, and I've had mine for 10, 15 years. This Shindawa just keeps on mowing. But I just don't use it enough to make it worthwhile anymore. Anyway, good to hear you. Let's see who else we have in the Bay Area. Good to hear you, Mike. And get over that allergy or whatever you got there. K6QFO, K6MY.
KT2G863. Good evening.
863, KT2G. Good evening. Marcellino, K6MYC. The Italians are eating dinner with us tonight. And I lost the piece of paper that had your last name on it, so I need to get you to give me your last name again, and I'll write it down, and I'll ask them if they know you. One of them has a father-in-law who's a ham in Italy, and he was apparently he knew me from my EME experience in many years doing EME, and he was very impressed that his grandson or his son-in-law was here working on our property. And so that was nice. I got a chance to give him a couple of QSL cards. So that would be, I don't know what his call is. I don't think his son-in-law knew what his call sign was. But anyway, I was impressed that he was very happy to know that he had his grandson working on Mike's K6MYC's property. Over.
Okay, wow. Yeah. So my last name, if you want to write it down, Mike, is Golf Echo Mike Echo Lima India. Gemelli. Golf Echo Mike Echo Lima India. And yeah, so interesting. My Italian call sign back in the days was Italy Whiskey 2 India Papa India. But that only had privileges like the equivalent to the technician privileges here, so I didn't do any DX back when I was in Italy. Over.
Yeah, okay. By the way, you got a very good signal. Usually your strongest signal's on 1296, but you're very good copy tonight on 2 meters. Did you make a change or something?
It's actually, the antenna is pointed wrong. And I could not. So after Saturday's contest, I had a problem with a rotator. So it's pointing about, I don't know, 45 degrees south compared to when I pointed to you. But apparently, it's doing a good job. Go figure.
Yeah, no, it's good. Great job. And thanks very much for calling in. I look for you in the contest. I was hoping to get you on 1296, but we did not hear you in the contest, and I figured you just got wrapped up with other things. Over.
I did do the contest in the morning, and then actually I got a total of about 60 contacts between 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and 23. But then I was not able to join in the evening. But yeah, it was fun. The bands were alive.
Well, that's good. I don't know. I didn't get on much at the beginning of the contest. I expected to, but I had something. I can't remember. We were working on something, and it wasn't going together. And I had somebody here, and we were trying to fix something, and it was fighting us. We finally found a broken connector. Oh, I know what it was, a 2 meter EME array, which I was going to use. And then we had a connector that fell apart on us. LMR 400, LMR 600 connector came off, actually. But we had to look around, scrounge around, and get a new one. reuse the old one. I can't remember what we finally ended up doing, but by the time you drag out the extension cord and solder the center tip on and all the rest of it, blew better part of the morning away. So I was not on through the period of the beginning of the contest like I expected to be. We were on Saturday night though, and we started at 7 and ended up about 9:30 on 2 meters, 222, 1296, and 432. And the only band that was weak was 222. I've worked a lot of people on 1296, but only 5 people on 222. So there you go, Marcelino. Is it Marcelino with a M-A-R, or is it just Marcelino?
It's M-A-R-C-E-L-L-I-N-O, but it's pronounced as if there was the N-H. So Marcelino, not. Otherwise, Marcelino would be from Spanish.
Okay, I got it. I think. Very good. Well, I'm going to go in later, and I'll either talk to them tonight or tomorrow. They'll be here for another couple of days. I think wrapping up antenna testing, and we're having the testing is difficult because the range keeps changing. It's so hot. We're not sure the measurements aren't due to cable changing and stuff like that. Because of the heat, it's 100 degrees here today. Very, very hot, even hotter where they are down in the field there. So everything gets so toasty you can't touch the metal over.
But why are they making these measurements? Do they want to buy antennas?
Oh yeah, they're buying a lot of antennas. 4 different arrays at 4 different frequencies from 2 meters, 222, 432, and 902, but not exactly on the ham bands. But they cover the ham bands, but they claim they're using them for some satellite use, but mostly for, well, they don't tell us. They can't tell us what they're using them for. I suspect drones and sniffing other things, over.
But is it on 2 meters or closer to 2 meters or closer to 76?
Closer to 2 meters. It covers a 2-meter band. We're using a 2M9 as a source antenna, so we're doing some of our testing right on 2 meters. And same with 432. Since we have those antennas on the ham bands, we're just using the ham bands and the frequencies and source antennas that we have. So all of their frequencies cover the ham bands, but they're also broader. But a cross-polarized array of 4 antennas on each band, cross-polarized, vertical and horizontal. They don't want circular; they want cross-polarization. And this should be the beginning of many if we get a follow-on. They have to sell it to their customer, and so that's where we're taking a long time with the range, because the range is giving us funny numbers sometimes. We got a good range. I know my guys know what they're doing, but the range is acting up on us. We've got a good, what would look like a very good flat range with no obstructions, no reflections, but we're getting just enough ground reflection and stuff that's causing us some gain differences, over.
Got it. From the frequency range and from the polarization you're talking about, it brings me back to my military days. I think I know what they are using it for.
Yeah, very possible. Anyway, we're not having any trouble with the vertical. So the vertical antennas and the horizontals are the same. But the verticals look right on target for the gain that we expect them to be, but the horizontals, we get gain readings as much as 3 or 4 dB low and sometimes a little high, and that's got to be ground reflections, over.
Yeah. And you have no way of putting them higher in the air, right?
We've got a very flexible range, both in height and in distance. We've got one of our source antennas is on wheels. So we can raise the towers up and down for different heights and different ranges to get out of the near field and all that. So we got a very flexible range. And you'd think somewhere along the line you'd find the right combination. But and we did. When we did all the testing 2 weeks ago, everything was in spec. But now we went out there, and the horizontals don't want to be in spec. They're always a little low, over.
Wow. Looks like a very thorough job.
Yeah, it's just making everybody spend a lot more time in the 100-degree weather than they want to be. Anyway, let me let you go, but great to hear you, and I'll talk to them either tonight or tomorrow if they stay here. If I get back in the house in time for them to still be here at dinner, I'll ask them if they know you. Thanks much, much, Illinois. We'll see you. Thanks for checking in here. Maybe we'll see you on 432 tomorrow. KT2G 863 K6MYC.
Okay, no, thank you. Victor, send him my regards. Have a good evening, Mike. 93 KT2G.
Bye-bye now.
6JNN.
WB6JNN 285. Good evening, Jim.
Yeah, good evening. I realized I wasn't hearing anybody on the frequency, and I realized the switch was set for 1296 transverter.
Yeah, well, it's hard to hear us through the 1296 band. The filters will just take you right out. Those high-pass filters are brutal over.
Yeah, well, anyway, yeah, I was listening to something else as well and working on something on the computer, so I just suddenly I said, gee, they should be here by now, so
I'll get you checked in, Dave, if you can't wait.
You were aimed at
David.
Bay Area and said
971.
Roger. Thank you, Dave.
Roger.
And we had a local check-in, but I got everything you said for the most part, Jim. Thank you very much for being there and waiting and waiting unknowingly that you were listening in the wrong place. Good to hear you. WB6JNN, K6MYC, taking check-ins in the Bay Area. Go ahead, Jim, finish it up.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else is around, but I just thought I'd get in here and make some noise. So, see you later. And it sounds like you're having problems with the range. Could be moisture in the ground or any number of things that will change with temperature, I imagine. Especially when you get the real heavy heat. We had 90s today.
Well, we were at 100 or a little more down there in the field. And it probably is a temperature thing and a range thing and a dry thing. But we thought we had a very flat range. I mean, looking at this range, you would never suspect that you wouldn't be able to get repeatable measurements. But every time we set it up and do a measurement, I mean, Matt said he did, they moved the antenna they're having the same problem on 2 meters. Today they went to 432 and they're having the same problem. The gains are always low on the horizontal. And it varies depending on where they have the source antennas and all that stuff. But it's only on horizontal. So we know it's a range, but we just can't seem to normalize it out or get rid of the reflections. And it looks like a perfect range. It's virtually flat with nothing but flat field in between. And we got the antennas at 30 and 35 feet, looking at each other at 50 to 70 feet apart and so on. You'd think you'd have a perfect sit-up, but it just isn't cooperating, Jim, over.
Yeah, those kinds of things can drive you batty, that's for sure. Well, I had to do a lot of testing on the 900 meg stuff indoors, and that, of course, was very, very difficult.
Yeah, we did some of that, too. At Granger, we tried, Ken Holiday and I had to do some antenna testing quickly. Indoors in a building up at Granger in Palo Alto, and boy, oh boy, inside of a building it's just nightmarish with reflections and stuff. All right, let me let you go. I'm running a little late here. Let me see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area. But we can talk more about the range issues. I know you've had quite a bit of time doing the same thing. We are scratching our heads over.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area for the Bozo Net? AB6SR, W6PQL. We've got WB6WNI. Who else?
And
AB6SR.
Oh, a couple of there. N5NPD. Write you down, Brett. Let me come back to you in a second. 1129. Who was the other one?
AB6SR.
And 807. Very good. Good evening, Stan. Take one, and then we'll get it back over to N5NPD. He's on the other side of the hill from you. He's in Gustine Newman area, over.
Yeah, okay. I know where Gustine is, the other side of the hills, yes. AB6SR here, 807. Yeah, I've been listening for about half an hour. Good evening to Rob, KM6SRR. If he's on, he's about 5 and 5 with me, good copy. And I was listening to Tom. Must be a reflection or something. Anyway, it won't keep people. Your great signal here. I wasn't around to do anything at the weekend when the contest was on, so nothing much else. Was watching, what is it called? Club World Cup. You call it soccer here. Soccer in the U.S. with European and South American, even American teams. So I stayed indoors. Was only 87 here compared with 100 you have. Anyway, you've got to get on because you're running a bit late. And I don't have anything else here. So back to you, K6MYC, AB6SR in Los Gatos.
Yeah, okay, I'm watching the football / soccer. Okay, very good. Well, I had intentions of getting a lot more done today than I actually got done. I ran into a bind somewhere. I won't go into it, but I was looking for a 1 7/8 ball so I could haul one of my bigger trailers to pick up some brush from a tree that fell down. And I could not find the 1 7/8 ball, so I could never hook up that trailer. And I finally ended up doing everything in a smaller trailer. I got it done, but I wasted 3 hours looking for the ball, looking for the receiver for the ball, and making a new one, and finally put the ball I thought was good on it. And it wasn't. It was a 2-inch ball. I have 5 2-inch balls and no 1 7/8 balls. And I don't mean to talk about all this sexual stuff, but sometimes it just happens, Dan. Over.
Yes, got it. Okay. Yeah, trailer balls, of course. Okay, you get on there, and I'll be back on Sunday, I expect. AB6SR here in Los Gatos.
Yeah, good. 7-3. We'll look for you on Sunday night. Thanks for being there, Stan. Now, let's see. Who was the other one that came in? Oh, it was you, Brett, N5NPD. Go ahead.
Well, good afternoon, Mike. Sound like you had a fun and interesting day. It only got to about 98 here, but still felt hot. And you know you're going to find that 1 7/8 ball tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I may have to look under the mattress for that one. I don't know what the hell happened to it. It's on the receiver, too. And the receiver for the ATV, or my side-by-side, is missing. There's no receiver there, so I borrowed it or used it or loaned it or something. I'm going to ask Rob if he didn't get it. I thought when Rob was over here one day and we needed that ball, I know we used either his ball or mine to take the log splitter down to Adam's place for repair. And I don't know whether that's where it got lost or not. I'm pretty sure Rob, when he came back up, gave me the receiver and the ball back, but I just can't find it. How about it, Rob? You remember that?
Yeah, I remember hauling the log splitter back. I can't remember because I have a 2-inch one also. I don't know, but I'm usually pretty good about trying to get it back to you. I don't remember exactly on that one.
You might look and see if by accident you've got an 1 7/8 ball plugged in somewhere over there.
Yeah, I got a 2 5/16 on my truck now. I always leave on there. And where I have all the other balls, I don't have any extra ones that I didn't know about.
Okay. Well, I don't know how I lost the thing, and I can't see it. It may be tucked away somewhere in the garage here, and I can't see good enough. If it's not real obvious, I'm not going to be able to spot it. And the guys have been so busy down in the field with the antenna measurements, I didn't mean to want to get them up there. We thought we found the ball. I went down in the field and I asked him. I said, "Well, we got a ball right here on the smaller ATV. The Rubicon has a ball on it. It was in the foot housing where the foot brake is, just stashed in there because it's kind of a little cubby hole." And he gave me the ball, and I said, "Oh, good, I'm on good to go." And I got all up there, and I got I make up a new receiver for it, so it plugs into the ATV, and I go over and grab the trailer and put it on the ball, and it's a 2-inch ball. It doesn't fit the trailer. Anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So there you are. 73s to you, Brett. Good evening, and I'll see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area before we go up and get Ken up there in Oakley. N5NPD and the others, K6MYC.
3, Mike.
Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar Mike, Bozo Net is 1192. 1192.
1192. Good evening. It's John, right?
Yes, that is correct, John.
Pretty good signal tonight, John. It's a little broken up, but I'm not sure. At times it's very clear, and other times it sounds a little broken up, but it's pretty good audio and good signal, too. Certainly stronger than I've heard you lately. KB6JSM, K6MYC. How was your week so far? Over?
It was well, I mean, kind of listened around on the HF bands on 6 meters and 10 meters, but nothing much. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 6 has been open. I think if you have FT8, you can work people almost every day. Sometimes it's not strong enough to work sideband, but it's open every day for FT8. Anyway, you're sounding pretty good. I think part of the problem is not your audio. It's your fact that you're beaming in a different direction, and I'm getting some very strange multipath on you. The multipath is chopping your signal up, and I've seen this same effect on other people. I got one guy up in Gardnerville, Nevada, that sounds just like you. And there's nothing wrong with his audio, and every now and then it clears up and sounds perfect. But the conditions and his location give me this, and he hears the same thing on me. He says, "Yeah, you're all chopped up, Mike, all distorted, all chopped up." But we know that we're clean, except for the path. Good evening to you, John. Thanks for being there. Thanks for checking in. KB6JSM in San Jose, K6MYC.
Yeah, no problem. You have a good evening in the 73s.
23 QRZ. How about W6PQL or anybody else in the Bay Area, please? Over.
How about W6PQL? Here I am.
How about him? Have you found him lately? Well, where'd you go, Jim?
Oh boy, you came back so fast the first time I couldn't understand you, and then just a short pop of a couple of Anyway, I didn't get it until you just said, "Where did you go, Jim?" I'm here, and yesterday was a golf day. 83 was a score. Tomorrow is a golf day, and we'll see what happens on that one. I'm playing a different course that day. K6MYC, W6PQL. It was cooler than Jim reported over here. We only got up to 83, so we were cooler. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, fine on the 83 on the front 9. How good did you do on the back 9?
0.
Oh, 0, okay. Hell of a game, they got you. Well, luckily it was only 83, because you wouldn't have wanted to do what we had here. I was melting, and it was somewhat humid. I sat on the back patio for a while, and I just sweat. I sat down, I hadn't done anything. Sat down on the back patio in the shade, and luckily the breeze came up and that dried me off. But boy, I'll tell you what, it was warm. And I went up and brushed out a big limb that fell down, and I worked up. I got feeling pretty good there because I was working hard and sweating, and I had a breeze. So I actually felt better working than I did just sitting. But it was definitely warm, no doubt about it. All righty. Let me get going here and see if there's anybody else before we go up and get Ken there. Thanks, Jim, and we'll see you tomorrow night, of course, on 432. W6PQL with a big score of 83 on the back 9, K6MYC. Anybody else for the Bozo Net in the Bay Area, please? Kilowatt 6, Mike Yankee Charlie. Where are you, Mike? KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Yeah, KB6 WFC, where are you? He isn't there. He had a hell of a good signal last night on 1296, Jim. He was doing very well. I don't think I missed a single transmission from him. Anyway, good evening all, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 432. K6MYC going over to Oakley. I think I'm over toward Oakley.
Yes?
Yeah, Yes, you are. I'm trying to zoom in on you, but I can't read my numbers on the screen here. It's either 313 or 303, but you're loud. Go ahead, Ken.
Okay. K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835, Charlie Mike 97. Thinking I'm already in the contest this weekend. We're going to be K3EST in the All Asia CW. High temperature is 97. Didn't quite make 100. And dinner shortly is going to be leftover fish and string beans. And that's my report.
Oh boy, you're reading late like me. I was. We're gonna have a shish kebab when and if I ever get in there. And I don't know what else, but special dinner. The Italians are here. Our customer from Italy are here, and they're having dinner with us this evening, so that's nice. And I wasn't able to join them because of this net, but I did talk to them beforehand, so that was good. Won't keep you. I'll move along because I'm running a little late, and I want to get in and maybe catch them before they leave for the evening. Would you N6R? Oh, we'll see you tomorrow night, of course, on 432 Ken, K6MYC.
Yeah, roger all that. And say ciao to your Italian guests there for me. N6RO, see you tomorrow.
What should I say? Arrivederci?
No, just ciao.
Just what?
Ciao.
Oh, ciao. Yeah, that's a good one. I forgot that one. 73.
Whiskey Victor Lima.
KD6WL. Be big, loud signal tonight, John. Over.
Well, you're sounding good too, Mike. Too bad. I think we got more check-ins on the net than we had for the darn contest.
Well, yeah, 2 meters. I didn't spend a lot of time, but I probably worked 25 or 30 stations on 2, but I didn't make any effort to do it. We probably could have worked a lot more than that. So I thought 2 meters and everything. The only bandwidth I thought was down for me was 220. I only worked 5 stations on 222. And I didn't make a big concerted effort except for the short half hour that I gave it on Saturday night. But we just didn't pull many people out of the woodwork for that. Everybody turns out with Father's Day and everything, it was just kind of a screwed up contest weekend anyway. Back to you, K6MYC. Go ahead, John.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Then my FT847 that I was using for 432, the power switch finally gave up, so that thing went out, so I was stuck just with 2 meters. But between 432 and 2, I got 31 contacts.
Not too bad. My 847 switch went out twice, and I finally, on the second time, I got it to turn on, and I never turned it off. I turned it off with the power supply after that. Over.
So yeah, mine got so touchy that if you breathed on it, it would go off, and it finally quit. So I've been kind of researching, trying to find a switch to replace it with.
Well, yeah, it turned out that was a customer or a vendor that Jesu had that had built a very poor switch, and a lot of people had problems with the 247s, and the 847, I should say. The switches on the 847s were particularly bad. They had a few other little problems with other radios, but that was the one that switch problem really manifested itself. And I learned about it quickly. I usually don't turn my radios off. I leave the radios on, like on this 9700. I just turn the power supply off. And I leave the switch, I leave the radio on, essentially, as far as the switch goes. I probably got in the habit of that when I had the problems with the 247, with the 847, I should say. Back to you, John, and then we'll go up into the Sacramento area and see if we've got anybody else there. Anybody else in this area, too, N6BCC or anybody else up the valley, please come when John finishes here. KD6WVL, Modesto, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, I got to locate a switch. I know I saw someone in England that had them, and I'm sure they're around. Amazon might have some cheap ones, but I got to find something. All right, thanks for the check-in, 1179. KD6WVL, 73.
73, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Okay, who was the other one? Was there somebody else that said something? K6MYC, Bozo Net check-ins. guess not. Okay, here we go up to Sacramento. This should be pretty close to you, Darren, if you're there. KJ6KFB or KO6KD, K6MYC. Anybody?
WB6ISO.
86, we got you, Dennis.
Yeah, also we want 160, 160 like to be checked in, 336 and 782. Over.
Okay, I got 160, 782, and 336, and yourself. Was there another one?
Yeah, 849, 849, over.
Okay, good. I got Rich in there. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a fine evening. WB6ISO.
Yeah, we didn't hear you on in the contest. Were you on at all?
Yes, sir. I certainly was. Made some nice contacts out of down to Southern California. Who we got in? We had quite a bit of stuff on 6 meters, and see, it was a K6MI, I believe it was, DM05, and another one in DM07s.
Yeah, K6 Mexico, Italy. That's John down there in MI. He's at the old N6NB location. He bought N6NB's location. Over.
Oh, okay. Yeah. John got him down there, and he had quite a few stations back east on 6 meters. Doing pretty good on 6.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't work any double hop stuff at all. I only worked about 15 stations on 6 and didn't really have time to concentrate on it very much, but I'm sure it was open. Anyway, thanks, Dennis, and we'll. How about Dan? Was he in here tonight?
I have not heard Dan here tonight. You might go ahead and check him in if you want, but no, I did not hear him. His number was 132. 132 if you want to put it in.
Roger, got it. Okay.
And I think that's about it. So anyway, and a pleasant good evening to Darren if he's listening, and also to my buddy Bill, KO6KD, if he's listening. Good evening to both you fine gentlemen, WB6ISO.
Well, you're stretching it.
Well, I know.
KJ6KFB, Darren. KO6KD, Bill.
Yeah, good evening, guys. Good evening, Dennis and Mike, KO6KD776.
That's your strong 776. Very nice, solid copy tonight, Bill. Sounding strong. So good, no fudder, no nothing tonight. Good deal. And we'll see you probably tomorrow, of course, on 40. But we'll also look for you tomorrow night on 432.
Roger, 7-3. Good evening, everybody. KO6KD.
Yeah, how about KR6MR? KR6MR, how about you, John?
Yeah, good evening, Mike and the group. KR6MR, Bozo 759, and check in Dennis, KJ6KFB, Darren, KJ6KFB, Bozo 756, so you won't make it tonight.
Okay, I've got Darren checked in, courtesy check-in for Darren. Sorry that he can't make it tonight. You're sounding good and strong, and I was lucky to make that contact on 1296 with you in the contest. Well, we didn't have a lot of margin, but I did get you.
Yeah, I haven't troubleshot it. According to my power sensor at the amplifier, I'm putting out about 17 watts. Now, it could be a bad power supply, could be a bad amplifier, could be a bad power sensor. I don't know, and it's not on the top of my list at this time. Over.
Yeah, understand.
I wanted to ask John about the new Bozo.
Yeah, you've got a new guy that's been checking in. Let Rob give you the call sign that you've given us. We've got a number that we want to give him, but we haven't heard any more about him since you told us that he was there. KM6SRR to take it, K6MYC. Go ahead, Rob.
Thank you, Mike. The guy was Kilo Echo 6, Romeo Kilo X-ray.
Kilo question mark 6 Romeo Kilo X-ray. Repeat, please.
Kilo X.
Kilo Echo.
Yeah, Kilo Echo 6 Romeo Kilo X-ray.
Okay, I haven't heard him lately, but if I do hear him, you have a Bozo number for him?
Yeah, let me look. We usually don't give them out until we hear them one time.
Oh, okay, if you haven't heard him, I understand. I will look around and see what I can find.
Yeah, the next number I've got available right now is 1209.
Okay, that's not a call that it's not a guy that I frequent, so I'll have to see where he is and find out what's going on.
Boy, John said it right down. I lost him.
Oh, he's on right now. KE6RKX, KR6MR, go ahead.
Hey, good evening to everybody on the net. Yes, it's the first time I've checked in quite a few years on a 2-meter sideband net. But anyway, out here in far reaches of western Placer County, west of Roseville. And we had a little fun on the UHF VHF contest this weekend. 6 meters was open pretty good on Sunday. Anyway, we're looking forward to UHF.
You want to give him 1209, Rob?
Yeah, I think Darren was talking to John in there. That's the next number I've got available. I haven't given it out.
Did you copy him?
Yeah, we do, partially. He's a little weak, but you're also down. KE6RKX, kilowatt 6, Mike Yankee Charlie, net control. My name is Mike, and we're going to give you 1209, 1209, your Bozo number, 1209, over. Did he get it, John? He faded out on me. I heard part of it, but I didn't get whether he confirmed the number, over.
Yes, he did confirm, over.
Okay, we got him checked in, and thank you very much for getting him on board. Tell him to check in more often, and be patient with us. He's a little weak tonight, but he may be in the same area as you are, and he's got the same flutter that you got, over.
Yeah, he's a little bit west of Roseville. Somewhere probably between Bill and Darren.
Okay.
I'm in Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant Grove, yes, whatever that is. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. What's his name, please? Have his name, John?
KE6RKX. What's your name, please? KR6MR.
Yeah, my name is Kim. Kilo, India, Mike.
Roger, I copy Kim. Kilo, India, Mike, over.
Roger, we got you, Kim. We got it that time. Thank you. Kilo, India, Mexico. Good evening, Kim, and welcome to the Bozo Net. KE6RKX, K6MYC. 73, Kim.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for the Bozo number. I don't know if you're going to hear my comment, but I'd like you to get in. Should be able to, but you check in Kilo Mike 6, November, Foxtrot, Oscar.
Yeah, I heard that call. I think he's got a Bozo number, Kilo Mike 6, November, Foxtrot, Oscar, but I can't remember what his number is, over. Yeah, 73, and I don't know if you can move your antenna, but you might want to go back and forth to see if you can peak your signal on me. You're fading badly. You come up real strong and then you fade out, which means maybe you're not pointed just right. It could also be just band conditions, but the fades are very severe, which means I'm not copying all the time. I'm running 1,500 watts here to a 19-element Yagi at 105 feet. So we're doing all we can here from the Fresno area up in the foothills at 1,300 feet. 7373 Kim.
You can sit here and Armstrong rotor on it. Is that better?
Whoever that was, you're badly distorted. Go slower and speak a little softer, please.
Oh, yeah. Kilo, Echo 6, Romeo,
Okay. Kilo, Echo 6, Romeo, Kilo, X-ray. Echo, I guess. Romeo, Kilo, X-ray. Yeah, you put power on, and that was fine, but you also have RF feedback. You're giving yourself enough power to pick it up and getting into the microphone there. So it was louder, no question. It would help a ton, but you've got to get rid of your RF feedback. You might try keeping the mic cord very short, coil it up, and hold your hands around the mic cord. Cup the mic cord in your hands and try a few transmissions that way, Kim, over.
All right, roger that. I just did that here, and anyway, is that any better?
Yeah, that's better. Good now.
All right, very good. Well, thanks for the welcome again. I want to let you move along. I know there's others out here who want to check in. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you're doing fine, and you keep that power level, but you probably have to do a little bit of shielding or move the antenna further away from the shack or something like that. You can solve it. It isn't bad, but it's there. If you can get rid of it by cupping your hands around the microphone, you know where it's coming in at. 73, K6MYC, clear, and I'm looking toward Reading. Reading, looking for Reading. KD6BQ, KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, and KO6HS. Reading, K6MYC, calling and listening.
SRR. As ordered, this is KD6 shortwave. KD6 copying wet.
Comment, can you go up 10, please? I'll take care of you.
Okay, we got KD6 Sugar Whiskey. Nice signal tonight, Rich, over. KD6SW, I got good copy on you. Roger, Rich, over.
Yeah, I noticed the signals were pretty good tonight, but also a lot of solar noise. A lot of noise on the band. But I can still copy okay. Excuse me, KD6SW.
Yeah, boy, it's up and down. But you're checked in. Good deal. Let me see if Jerry's there. KO6HS, Kilo Oscar 6, Hotel Sugar, K6MYC. How about it, Jerry?
Roger, KO6HS, KO6HS, 230, we're copying just about noise there, Mike. We've got a lot of noise here tonight, lots of noise, just barely coming over it. It's fading up and down, but when it's down too low, the noise just takes you right out. So we're out here over.
Yeah, we got you, and it's about Q4. A little flutter, a little distortion because of multipath, but we got it pretty good, Jerry. Got your 230 fine, and I appreciate you being there. Thank you guys very much for checking in consistently from Charlie November 80. I never heard you in the contest. I called up that way a couple of times, but I did not spend a lot of time looking. I was short of time for 2-meter activity. But I wish I could have gotten you on one band or another. That's a good multiplier, obviously. Hi. KO6HS, up to you, Jerry, and then up to Rich, K6MYC. Go ahead, Jerry. Wow, I don't hear Jerry now. Go ahead, Rich.
KR6MR relay.
Hang on, John. Roger, 73 Jerry, 73 to you, Rich, over. Okay, KR6MR. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, okay, Mike. KR6MR here again. KM6NFO tried to call you. You could not hear Sean. His Bozo number is 752. He has an elk antenna around 25 feet. He's running a 9700 with 100 watts. Go ahead.
I'm having a difficult time copying, John, because you're so broken up with multipath. A KE6, I don't know what the full call is. Is it KB6 November Foxtrot Oscar? Tried to call. Let's see. Do we have a Bozo number for him? Rob, look up his Bozo number, and I'll see if John got it. Do we get a Bozo number for him? And you said something about his station, or he wasn't copying me either, or something, but I couldn't copy it. John, over.
Yeah, we have a Bozo number.
A little slower. His call. Kilo Mike 6 November Foxtrot Oscar. His Bozo number is 752752. Over.
Okay, got 752. You smoothed out nicely. Perfect copy that time. KM6 NFO K6MYC. Very good. We have it, and we got his Bozo number. Thanks for that. And did he say he could not hear me? Is that what he said?
Oh, no, he can hear you pretty well. He's got a 9700 for radio, but he has just an elk antenna around 25 feet.
Okay, is he vertical or horizontally polarized?
I didn't get that far to see if he's still listening to me. Sean, are you still there? Okay, you got him at a Q3. Are you vertical or horizontal? Okay, thank you, Sean. Mike, he is horizontal, and he's trying to point your direction. He can copy you very well.
Yeah, well, I copied a few words from him, so he's close. He has to just swing the antenna back and forth. You can tell him where you point. It's got to be pretty close to the same heading you use. Tell him where you point, John, over.
Yeah, okay, I point around 140 degrees. Is that right? 140? No, I'm sorry. 330 to 335 degrees.
Oh, no, that would be north. You must be the other way. 140, 150.
Yeah, okay. 135 to 140 is what my indicator reads.
NFO, go ahead again. I don't hear him now.
Sean, try again. Did you copy any of that, Mike?
No, he was worse that time. I could sometimes imagine that he was in there, but I did not get a single word of that. He should be much better with 100 watts and a horizontally polarized Yagi. Unless he's behind a hill or something, he should be a lot better. Over.
Roger. I think he will look into his station more in the future, and his friend will help him.
Yeah, he needs some help. Maybe he's got a feed line problem. Maybe he's using RG58 or something. And but something's not right. He should be way stronger than he is. So there you go. 100 watts and a horizontal antenna should get him here. I can work whole loops up there with a better signal than that. Over.
Roger, Mike. Let's you get back to the net. You got more to do.
All right. Thanks for your help there, John. Appreciate it. KM6SRR. I'm sorry. KR6MR. Too many R's and M's here. I'll let you go and see if there's anybody else in the Sacramento area. Then we'll go to Nevada very quickly. QRZ, Sacramento Valley, up and down, K6MYC.
Bozo 410.
HNA 1013.
1013. Hi, Greg, and 410. Good evening to you, Russ. Go ahead, Russ.
Good evening, Mike, and I'll just keep it short, but I did work the contest a little bit this weekend and got a really good contact down in Atascadero, down Charlie Mike 95, and it was for this contest, it was a new grid square for both of us. So anyway, that was it. I'll send it back to Net, Mike, and otherwise we'll catch you on Sunday. Anyway, K6MYC, here's KW6T Bozo 410.
Yeah, Roger, very fine. Okay, I'm working at Atascadero. It is a good grid square, and he's got a nice station down there. He runs a little power, not major power, but I think he's a couple hundred watts. W6QUI, or you probably worked KN6EIV, probably operating the same station. KN6EIV is also down there, but he hasn't got his home station working real well yet. But W6QUI puts a nice signal up this way. So congratulations on that, Charlie Mike 95, over.
Roger. Yeah, it was definitely a KN6EIV. So anyway, well, very good. Yeah, very good signal up here, and you said I had a good signal down there, which I was surprised. But anyway, I'll let you go back to Net, Mike. There's more folks here, and I know Nevada's around the corner, and it's 9 o'clock. So 73, KW6T clear.
Okay, thank you, Russ. Good to hear you. Thanks for chiming in here. Hey, WA6HNA, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. WA6HNA, Bozo 1013. Hey, I just want you to know that your surplus solar panels are doing the job. We have them installed. Chris is working on a more permanent mount, but he made a temporary mount. We got them up and running over the weekend, and he is officially an off-grid cabin with power at this point. So pretty happy about that. And on the same topic, since we're almost at the summer solstice, I did a production run here at my house today, and I produced 44.6 kilowatt hours, which was not too bad for a 9 kilowatt system on the roof. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know what my daily output is. We should take a look at it now that everything's up and running. But we got all the panels up, and I'm off grid for all practical purposes 100% of the time. And I'm never getting much below. I've been watching it, and I haven't even gotten below 50% battery storage capability. So that's a bad day. Usually I go to bed and it's still at 70 or 69 or 79%. So we're holding up nicely, and that's running pool sweeps and pool pumps and air conditioning and all sorts of stuff. So we're pushing it pretty hard, and a lot of time on the air as well. So the system's working very well for us as well. So I'm glad that your effort paid off, and I'm glad that the panels are working out good for your buddy there. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were both really happy, and Chris is very happy. So we have a small, I think I told you, he's in sort of like an old miner's cabin, so it's not very big. So we've got a small mini split that's supposed to arrive maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure when. We're going to put that in here pretty quick, and he'll have air conditioning and heat in his cabin for the first time too. Actually, he's had heat. He's got a wood stove, and he's been using that for 20 years. So we're dragging him into the 21st century, Mike. This is a lot of fun. All right, I did listen in on the contest, and I just missed you guys. I thought that you weren't there, and then
Roger 249. We'll be right there.
The lady goes, "Oh no, Mike was there." I went, "Oh no." So sorry about that. My intentions were good, but my timing was bad. K6MYC, WA6HNA.
Yeah, well, I know how that goes. It was Father's Day. Everybody was screwed up. I didn't get the time on the air that I wanted either. But, just too many things going on. And we were trying to fix projects. We had projects. I hadn't had Frank down here for about 10 days, and we were behind on a lot of things. And I knew I had to get him and get most of the work I could out of Frank as best I could. So that's why we just couldn't really put a lot of mental effort into the contest, except that Saturday night. Greg. Thanks again for the word on the solar panels. I'm glad that when we give them away, they get used, and it does somebody some good there. Thanks much. WA6HNA. Phil checked in a long time ago, K6MYC.
Okay, very good. Hey, if I sent you a couple of pictures, would those work, or is that too tough to stick out right now?
Yeah, you send them to my email or Judy's.
Okay, will do. Yeah, I'll get some shots that says what he's got going on right now. So, all right, and we're making it for other improvements. Yeah, by the way, 100% all the panels were well matched and every one of them worked, so that was great. K6MYC, thanks again, WA6HNA.
Yeah, Roger, very good. Mike, K6MYC at protonmail.com. Mike, K6MYC, all lowercase, at protonmail.com. Phil has the number also.
Okay, yep. I've got your Gmail one. Okay, then I've got your son's, which is m2incorporated.com. So, yeah, Proton Mail, I've got it. Thanks.
You can send it to Matt also, Matt at m2inc.com, but better to send it right directly here. We can print them out right there where Judy sits at the computer. Thanks, Greg, 73. And I hear 249 up in Wassaw Valley checking in here, so I better get up that way.
All right, 73.
6 Pop Echo as well.
Yeah, W6PE. Good evening, John. Mike, right?
That's correct, Mike.
Hang in there, and don't hesitate to call me back in a minute if I forget to get back to you. But let me get the guys in Nevada so they can get out of there if they have to. Okay, let me go to Nevada. Here we go. Okay, KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Wow, your signal really perked up when you pointed this way. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249, over.
Yeah, funny how that works, isn't it? Yeah, you were good copy pointed toward Redding. Redding and Meadow Vista and Sacramento area, so I heard your CW fine. Good to hear you. A good strong signal tonight. It was kind of flaky the last day or so, but good tonight. 6 you're always a little bit down on, of course, you know why. I don't know who else is in here. Who else have you heard there, Richard, over?
Well, I haven't heard much, so Daniel might ought to be here, but Larry's probably not here, over.
Yeah, Daniel was missing the other night. One night he was off, but anyway. Let's see, Daniel, I wonder if you're here. KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Here is 272. This is KE7UQL, over.
Okay, got your 272. Big, strong signal. Nice propagation tonight, guys. Good, strong signal. Who else have you heard there, Daniel?
No one, just Richard and myself, over.
Okay, I wonder if Eric is back. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. Any word on him?
Well, let me call him. November 7 Victor Alpha Zulu. Are you there, Eric?
November 7 Victor Alpha Zulu. Bozo 1193.
He's a little bit low in frequency. I couldn't get the Bozo number. Give it to me again, please, Eric.
Bozo number 1193.
I just can't copy the Bozo number. It's distorted or something. Can you give it to me, Daniel?
Relay, he's saying 1193, over.
Yeah, I might be better off if he says 1193. That might be a better way. I'm not getting the ones. I heard the 93, but I couldn't get the 11 thing. So tell him to just use 1193. 1193, Eric, over. God, 1193 just clears the bell. Thank you. Welcome back. I know you've been around a lot of trips here, so we'll try to remember to keep asking to see if you're on frequency here. Pretty good signal tonight. So conditions are pretty good there. Thanks for being there. Thanks for checking in. 1193. Let's see. Let's see. K7SUN. Stand by any chance. 442. Are you here? Nothing from Stan. N7 Whiskey Tango. Larry? And no Larry. So we got 3 out of 5. Anyway, that's not too bad. Back to you, Richard. And Daniel, thank you very much. And same to you, Eric. Thank you very much for being here. And we're just about ready to wrap it up here. We're going to go south for one quick call to the south, and then we'll be done with the net. KD6BQ in a group, K6MYC.
W6PE. Just to let you know, I won't be on tomorrow night. I'll be gone tomorrow night. It's the 48th wedding anniversary, and playing on the radio is probably not the best idea. So, anyway, thanks for picking us up tonight. And we'll say 73. We'll look for you on Sunday night again on 2 meters. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249 in Nevada.
Okay, we'll give you an anniversary check-in. How's that?
That works, number 48.
Oh, good deal. Congratulations. All right. Thanks very much. 73's, guys. And up to you, Mike. W6 Papa Echo and a group, K6MYC. How was your week?
My week was pretty good. The weekend, I didn't get a chance to really get on the air. I had weed whacking to do and brush to haul into the brush piles and stuff. And by the time I was done with that, I was ready for bed. So really didn't feel like doing much of anything other than going to bed. But that's about how it has been. The week has been a regular work week, but good to get here on the air.
Yeah, very good. Sorry that you're so loud on this band. I don't know why you're so damn weak on 1296. God, you were thin last night. I could not get a peek on you. It was warbly from multipath and everything else. But I think you're vertical. That's one thing. Are you vertical here?
Negative. Actually, I'm horizontal here. And I was horizontal for 1296. The problem is the rotator that I have stopped working on me, so the antenna's aimed kind of southwest, and with the 1296 beam I got is a 45 element loop, so I'm pretty sure the beam width is pretty narrow on that, so I probably was not aimed close enough for you to get a good signal on me.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why we're weak. Okay. What kind of rotator is this? What's failed? Do you think it's just a cable problem or what?
I really don't know. The rotator I've had about 4 years. I bought it new. It was still in the box, so it's not an old one. So and I guess I'll have to go up and take it down, which is kind of a pain to do because I've got it on the end of a push-up mast, which is at the end of the house. So I lower it down a little bit and go stand on the edge of the peak in the house, and I'm going to have to take the antennas back off to get to the darn thing. So I'm not looking forward to it. Maybe I'll attack that this weekend. It's supposed to be a little cooler there, so we'll see.
Way cooler, 75 on Saturday. I would look at the control box first. Those are AC motors in those rotators, and if the capacitors failed or gone bad, then you won't have any power and the rotator won't go over.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. I mean, basically, the thing is brand new. It was still in the original box. I bought it. Of course, it's been sitting around for about 4 years, but I wouldn't expect the capacitors to go bad. But a lot of this stuff is made in China, so who knows?
Yeah, well, there's no point in wasting a lot of effort until you make sure the control box is doing what it's supposed to do. So I would just go ahead and wholesale look online and get a replacement capacitor. I probably have one down here, but I wouldn't want you to struggle with it. They're probably a dime a dozen. You just have to find them on Amazon or something and get one in and put it in there. They don't cost that much. It's probably worth the effort. It's not worth the effort to try and get the antenna rotor down. There's probably nothing wrong with a rotor. 90% of the problems with rotators are a control cable. It works between the ears, or it's a capacitor.
Okay, well that makes sense, and yeah, I'm not looking forward to it because it was really a challenge to get those up. So basically, I had the dual 2 meter 70 centimeter antenna was on the end of the mast, and I lifted that up and sat that on the top of the rotator, standing on the edge of the peak of the house. So not an experience I want to do too many times. Not a lot of room for error up there, and the results would not be good.
Yep, I agree. Now, if you can jury rig another capacitor in there, even if it's a pair of back-to-back, so it works on AC, you might try that. Just anything that can get in there and see if that'll make rotor start working. Or maybe you can check the capacitor with an ohm meter and see, oh, there it is, charging up. No, it's not charging up. It's dead short, or it's not, or it's an open or something. You could do a lot of tests on a capacitor with an ohm meter. I'll let you go with that information, and good luck with it.
Okay, Mike. Well, thank you much, and I appreciate the suggestion. I would much rather be doing that than have to go back up on the roof again. So yeah, I've got a lot of capacitors around here, and I do have a couple of capacitance meters as well, so I can check the capacitor for value and leakage and all that stuff. So anyway, you have a great evening, and 73, and we'll be back here probably tomorrow on 432.
What's the rotator?
What rotator is it, Mike?
It's a high gain AR 500.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was one that I have. I could just learn the controller. That's the quickest way to see what works.
Yeah, well, I'll check around. You know what? A lot of times you can find used ones on eBay, and if those things do tend to fail, I'm of the opinion that one is none and two is one. So it's always good to keep a spare.
Yep, that works for me too. KM6 SRR.
All right. Thank you much, and 73. W6PE clear.
Okay, I'm going to go south quickly, Rob.
Roger.
73, Mike.
And I'm going to call it quits too. Good night, all. Have a good one. WA60IB.
Yeah, good evening, Ken. I didn't know if you were back in. You should have said something if you wanted to work the guys up north.
Oh, I've talked to them before.
I know you.
No, I've been here the whole time. I haven't left. I was just working in the ham shack here, doing a little bit of cleanup and some reorganizing here. So no problem.
Okay. But some days you don't come back, and that's why I then tend to forget about you. When you go to 10 meters, you've got to remind me that you're back in here. Otherwise, I won't be turning it to you unless you remind me. 73, WA60IB, K6MYC, looking down south for KB6RQU, KB6RQU, or KE6BK. How about you, Eddie? KB6RQU. How about you, Rick? Anybody else in Visalia for the 2-meter Bozo Net? Last call, weak signal net. The last checks for late checks are missed. Over.
680, Mike.
Okay. Hi, Mark.
Hello, Mike. How you doing? K6MTS.
Yeah, good evening. How long have you been listening?
Off and on for a while. I've been putzing around doing some other stuff and just sort of like Ken there, playing around with other stuff and doing some organizing and that here in the shack.
Yeah, good excuse to do it during the net while we're talking about things that you don't care about. All right, KE6BK, and then if he doesn't come back to me, you can try one, Rob, and then we'll call it a night here. I want to get inside and maybe catch the Italians before they leave. KE6BK, KEB6RQU, or N6SWR. Anybody? Anywhere. KE6MYC, last call. And it's all quiet.
KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? KE6BK, this is KM6SRR with K6MYC. Standing by. KB6RQU. N6SWR. Nothing, Mike. Hey, I missed a few there when I was out chasing the cow. Can you give me a couple of those? Was Judy in there with you tonight?
No, she's not here. She was going to come out, but I think she's just, well, it's complicated, but she was going to come out, but I think she got tangled up with the boys from Italy, so maybe they got conversational with her for a while, and she stayed with it. I said, you don't have to come out, and so she might have just gone with that. I said I had the air conditioning on, which was making it nice for me here, thanks to Daryl, but she didn't come out. Over.
Okay. Yeah, those Italian guys, they love the women folk. I know that. The last guy I got was Marcus, 1091, and then I had to go out there, and when I came back in, I heard Tom, 610 in there. So I think he had 884 in there and 226, but I don't know if he had anybody else.
Well, we had 884 from way early. We had 1013, Greg. We had 410, yeah, Russ. We had a couple of guys. You were here when we were trying to work the KE6RKX or whatever his call was, right?
Yeah, the only time I missed was really early on. Right after Daryl checked in, and then Marcus checked in, and then I ran out to get the darn cow.
Yeah, and I got it on the list, but I couldn't find it if I tried here. Sorry.
Okay, well, should I wait till Judy sends me a copy of the list?
Yeah, I'll have her. She'll get it done between now and the morning. Over.
Okay, sounds good. Get in there and talk to your buddies there. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
Okay, good night all. Good night, Aaron, if you're there, and anybody else that's listening. K6MYC running the 2-meter Bozo Net, weak signal net, and closing her down for tonight here on 144, 240. 73 all.
Hey, Mike, real quick.
Go.
Yeah, I might be late tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'm taking kid number 2 up to the mountains tomorrow, so I hope to be back by the net, but just in case, I might be late tomorrow. K6USY.
Oh, okay. It was funny. I went to look and see what my battery condition was today, and I was white screen. I leaned over to read it, and you clicked on the stream. I missed it. So put me back so I can see my battery condition. I know you always do, so not to worry. Thank you, Aaron. And when you say you won't be here, you won't be running the stream, right?
Well, no, I should be able to get the stream going. It's just I might be late. It all depends on if I get stuck doing something. So we'll see. And you're at 58% right now, just so you know.
5.8.
Roger, Roger.
Yeah, that's lower than usual. But we did have a lot of people cooking stuff and doing things here today. All righty. Air conditioning ran all day as well, off and on. Not bad, though, for a heavy day.
You just got to tell everybody to get in the pool. Alrighty, we'll catch you later, Mike. K6USY.
73. Thank you, Aaron. Good night, all.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Daryl. KG6CEF, KM6SR.
Yeah, good night, Daryl. And thank you again for the air conditioning. I'm staying nice and cool here.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that thing worked out for you, Mike. Because I can't see it being any good for anything but what you're using it for.
Yeah, no, it works nice. I mean, even in this room, I've got it sort of blowing out the door, but it just blows on me just fine. And it keeps me cool. It doesn't do much for the overall temperature of the room because it puts the hot air out and I don't exhaust it well. It just goes out the door, but that doesn't get it very far. But if you're sitting anywhere within 6 feet of it, it's quite nice. Thank you. 7-3.
All right, Mike. Very good. Rob, looking forward to field day.
Yeah, good. Marcus and I went up there today and scoped out some stuff. I wanted to talk to Aaron a little bit about it. So we're getting ready. We're going to have a nice dinner there Saturday night.
Okay. Well, now, are you guys going to spend the night?
Yep, we're going to be there Friday night and Saturday night.
Okay. Trying to decide if I want to throw the airbed in the back of the pickup or not.
Yeah, why not? Have a good fun time.